Well, hey there everybody, how you doing guys? Welcome back to another live stream on OTHMARIUS Magic, another live card magic practice jam on a Tuesday night like promised last time. Alright, music was too loud, I'm sorry. I'm already done with everything. Guys, first of all, I apologize. Probably my lips are not sync. I just tried to set it up for almost 1 hour now on OBS, but I just couldn't really fix it, you know? So there might be a tiny unsync there going on, but doesn't matter so much, right? Awesome. Welcome back, like promised. Yesterday, last Tuesday, I mean. Yesterday, last Tuesday. We're gonna do this on a Tuesday. Furthermore, if we can, guys, as you can see, I've got a little different setup with the European flag waving there and a skull, you know. And I'm kind of in a Assassin's Creed mode, you know. I'm gonna climb some buildings tonight, meet up with my buddies Spider-Man and Batman, and then we're gonna fight for justice in Europe. No, seriously. I'm a little pissed today. I'm in a not so funny mood because the European Parliament actually did vote in favor for the so-called copyright directive, which is really bad. It's going to hurt a lot of people. It is going to cause a great deal of damage for the European Union and for a lot of people out there, because this directive has the potential to dismantle, to crush the internet. Seriously, guys. And I will talk about this in this live stream a little bit because it is I'm just so full with this, and I just got to get this out of my system. But nonetheless, we are going to practice cards tonight together because I need this so much. To calm down, to chill, you know, to get my mojo back in track, to get my vibes nice and steady again, because I got almost a nervous breakdown today. You know, I was getting really angry, and it's not good for my health, you know, it's not good, but it was just necessary because the whole thing went down so ugly at the end. I'm gonna share some insights from the German perspective on the whole thing, because last Saturday, the 23rd of this month, so last Saturday, about 200,000 people hit the streets to protest this copyright directive, and I was there on the streets, of course, too, and people, you know, stood up for a free internet. Nonetheless, this copyright directive went through, and yeah, it's very disappointing, very disappointing. So tonight's show is a little different. It's under this bad vibes going on in Europe right now, which, as I said before, might really affect also my channel in a very negative way, because there's only one last final chance to fight this thing back. But this is most likely not going to happen. And then the countries of Europe have 2 years to implement this directive into their own laws. And through this period, nobody knows what's going to happen and how YouTube is going to react. So maybe it's not going to be a big deal. Maybe they're going to pull the plug for us content creators. So no uploads from our side, and we will only be able to view content from other creators outside the EU using a VPN or something. And that is very sad. So, guys, where are you from? Tuning in from? Shaders Mazek, welcome to the show back. Louis Peterson, welcome back to the show. The Card Genius also tuned in. Welcome, guys. I'm so happy you guys are tuning in. So let's get a deck of cards out here. First I gotta turn the camera on. What is happening? Yeah, there we are. According, fitting to the situation, I'm gonna start here with the skull deck. So, getting the cards out, guys. Get your cards out, and let's start practicing here a little bit. So, because I'm really not focused today. And it's really annoying me when shit like that gets me out of my focus and my balance. And then I'm just, you know, losing track of all the things I have to do, and I can't focus really. I'm getting obsessed. But hey, a deck of cards is on the table, and I'm gonna be okay in a couple of minutes, I'm promising. Cabalet asks, where are the OTHMARIUS decks? Yeah, everybody is into producing decks these days. It's not so hard anymore, I guess. Last time I checked on the site of the USPCC, they are actually offering a lot of information on how to produce a deck with them very freely now, which they didn't do before that, I guess. Just heard that Shin Lim brought his own deck. And of course everybody else is doing this. Yes, I actually have this planned, Cabalet, but this is future talk, you know. I have some very nice ideas for some very nice decks, because I happen to be involved with some awesome artists and designers, and I might in the future do a Kickstarter project. What do you think about that? As a matter of fact, just talking with a very talented young designer and comic artist who just produced her first deck, very limited edition, printed it on herself, on her own, and she came up with a really great idea on a deck which I would really love to see coming into reality, and maybe we're going to do this together. But that's future talk, you know. So Shaders Magic says, coming back to this topic of the copyright directive and how it might affect my channel, he writes, nothing bad will really happen. If it happens, just change your country and set up a new YouTube channel, so it doesn't matter. No, listen, it's not that easy. First of all, is that even possible? And then, of course, I was thinking about this also, but then it's also, you know, losing this channel here right now, that would be really a drag. You know, I worked very hard, at least for the last 2 years, to gain a subscriber base and to get a position somewhere, and also a certain recognition by the algorithm. So starting from scratch would be really a pain in the ass, to be honest, you know. And I don't want to do this, of course. So just some table riffles here to get started. By the way, I'm using a technique which is kind of a blend between the version taught in the Royal Road to Card Magic and the version taught in Expert at a Card Table by ordnance. A clean handling and a proper execution of this shuffle, of course, is it's very important if you do some table work, especially as a magician. You gotta have the cards 100% under control, but at the same time, of course, have it look absolutely casual. And of course, that you only achieve by a lot of practice, a daily practice. Nairo Smith, welcome to the show. No goats or cows are planned on a deck that I will produce. So by the way, guys, the epic music we're listening to in the background, I have them a little loud here on my headphones. Got to change this a little bit. Let's see if I can. It's really loud on my headphones right now. This is now an artist calling herself Eva. It is a track you find on a YouTube channel called Royalty Free Planet. You will find this in the info cards. Yeah. Also in the description box of this video. Absolutely fantastic royalty-free music. Love listening to this music. And this is now my number one choice for this live stream, yeah? So. Also today I'm streaming with only 30 frames per second, and I did some adjustments on OBS so I don't have the high quality rendering thing going on. Otherwise, YouTube kept telling me that the quality isn't fair, so I changed that. I hope still the quality of this chat is good. John Antignani, welcome to the show. How you doing, mate? We're just getting started here today with today's live stream on a Tuesday night. Card Magic practice session, practicing cards here together with you guys. Everybody get a deck of cards out. We're warming up. Let's make this quality time. As we're practicing cards, you can ask me any question, and then also I will fill you up. I will give you some insight from German perspective on this whole copy directive thing which went down just today. So, that's good. I'm glad to hear that Nairo Smith writes 30 frames per second is absolutely enough. Fair enough. That's good. That's good. Better than, you know, having these hiccups, this loading problems while streaming, and also the stream crashing is super annoying. We've been through all of this before, you know. Shuffling them cards. Let me hit you with another perspective. Just some genuine overhand shuffles. Can't practice this enough. Of course, the Hindu shuffle, very important as well. Everything's genuine here right now. I just gotta get my hands warm. Shuffling them cards. By the way, guys, I have for all these shuffling techniques tutorials up and running on my channel, and everything is organized in playlists. So if you go to my channel page on YouTube, you will find everything in place. And also, I want to use the opportunity here again to thank my Patreons. I've got now, I believe, 5 guys supporting me on Patreon. Let me check this out here. Yes, 5 patrons, bringing together 20 rocks a month, and that is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Let me read your names out here. It's the relationship manager on Patreon. So, and now they changed something. You know, I can't read the names. What is going on here? Crazy. Can I change this? That's new. So they changed it today or what? So we got 2 Brians. We got Allison. We got Louis. Oh, you here? You new. You just joined in new, right? Where are you, Louis? Let me see. I just saw you in the comments. Thank you so much, anyways, for doing this, for supporting me on Patreon. It really, really means a lot to me. It's really amazing. I set up my Patreon profile January. It's still work in progress, but these guys, they just gave me such a huge motivation boost and encouraged me so much. You find the link to my Patreon site on in the info cards. So feel free to check this out. Yeah. I just added a new tier. I will do some director's cut on some of my tutorials, because of course when you shoot a tutorial, like I shoot my tutorials, there's more material recorded than actually goes into the final cut. And sometimes I just start speaking freely, and some thoughts come up, and then I just have them in the director's cut. And then of course you have to shorten the whole thing to make it a little more crisp on YouTube, because guess what, guys? It's really, really important to have your audience viewing your vids to the end. You know, that's what the algorithm likes. So if you shoot tutorials like I do, usually, you know, starting with a little performance of what's going down, and then going straight into the tutorial, and then adding some bonus info or insights or tips afterwards, a lot of people who just came to learn the move drop out then, and that's that the algorithm doesn't like that. So I started to shorten my videos and to cut them even shorter. And a lot of good material is then wasted. So I thought, you know what? I use Patreon to upload or to link my my director's cuts there. It's not going to be a there's not going to be a director's cut for every video I produce, but for some at least. Louis Peterson, right. Now I see your name here in the chat. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Means a lot to me. Absolutely fantastic. And I hope I can keep doing what I'm doing here, and I can keep building my channel and my audience. And this copyright directive thing is not ruining it for me or giving me a hard time more than it already did. Let's see how this turns out. Nairo Smith, yes, you're also supporting me. Thank you so much. Or are you? Yeah, I think so. It's confusing when you guys got different names on YouTube here as a nickname, and then on Patreon. But hey, okay, no worries. Got the up to the ladder. Still not under control. And you know, really there's a huge difference between knowing a sleight or a technique in a manner that you can shoot, that you are able to get 1 or 2 good performances in a shoot in a day or in a couple of hours, compared to having it at your fingertips in a way that you can perform it in a live situations without risking too much, you know. And this is a tricky one. It doesn't look so bad, but I found this quite challenging to really get this going, you know. But practice, 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 you know. Wow, this is a very nice track in the background here. Like it so much. Joshua, what's up, man? You're back in the house, and also Brian Rappert is there. It's almost all my patrons are in the house. Guys, awesome. So Brian writes, "Hi OTHMARIUS, I'm trying to do more informal, impromptu tricks now, in addition to the normal set piece performance I do when people know the magic is coming. Sometimes I take a deck with me to party meetings, etc., but I find it difficult to introduce the card tricks as I don't want to impose it on people." Yeah. Just be bold. Don't be annoying, but be bold, you know. Thank you so much for the compliments on my Patreon side. It's still work in process. How do you get to the tricks in informal settings? Informal settings. When what do you mean? When you are towards strangers, you just gotta go and ask if they want to see something. You know, like this kind of table hopping situations or stuff. But usually that's. It's when you're in a social situation anyways, you just need to drop that you're into magic and you're doing a little magic, and then people are interested. Just get people interested, and then sometimes things happen very easily, you know. It has got a little bit to do with the mindset. It's a tricky one, because when you are at this phase and this is important for you right now, so you want to go out and you want to perform for people, you're usually like a little stressed up about it anyways, and then you bring this tension with you when you enter the situation, and of course then this is a barrier. Instead of you being completely loose and, you know, just relax, and then kind of, you know, going with the flow when it comes. And this is just a balanced thing, something everybody has to figure out for themselves, I wonder. Of course, there are tons of tips and probably also a lot of literature out there how to deal with these situations. But basically, it's always the same, you know. You kind of want something to happen. You want to perform magic, and in a way, you have to convince the people that is something worth their time, without being stressed about it. But yet, you got to be bold in some situations to do so. So Shay Does Magic is learning some pen tricks. Yes, goes very well with card magic. You know, what they say, the Sharpie is the magician's wand. Some tricks with the Sharpies, and I don't know much with the Sharpie actually. I should put more effort into the pen instead of using it for somebody signing the card. But a little nice Sharpie or pen routine, because you use it anyways to have the card signed, usually by a spectator. So why not make it disappear and reappear or something, you know? King Robert is in the house, mate. King Robert, amazing. How are you doing? King Robert says it's so easy. Just ask them if they want to see a card trick. If they say yes, ask them if they have a deck of cards you can borrow. When they say no, don't worry, I'll use mine. And guys, you better listen to King Robert, because this guy is full of experience. This guy knows what he's talking about. Am I right, Robert? John Antignani asked when I started with Magic or Sleight of Hand. Pretty late, actually, in my early 30s. Like, I don't know, I've 10, no more, 12, 13 years ago or something. Actually, guys, King Robert brought me to Magic. I saw the guy performing in a pub in Berlin, blew my mind, and then he was so kind to introduce me to the art form. And then I had the privilege of him staying for about 1 month in my apartment, as he walked out every day to work tables and work the streets, because King Robert is a professional magician who makes a living out of it. And when he came back home from work, he would share his experiences, and he would teach me some magic. So I got a good start into the art form, a really, really good start. By the way, King, thank you so much for changing my life. Where are you at right now, King? Where are you stationed right now? In Germany? I table hop because I'm broke. So that's the secret of getting professional magician, becoming a professional magician, you know? When everything else fails, and that's the last option. King is tuning in from Thailand, man. Amazing, amazing. You must have great seasonal weather there right now, huh? Joshua writes, I started when I was 24. That's pretty late. Yeah, in a way it is, but on the other hand, it's never too late to do the thing that you love, you know, or to find your passion. Or maybe you change it in your while. You know, for the longest time, I was all into music and playing guitar and playing in bands and stuff, and I wasn't involved in magic at all. So it's never too late, you know. You just got to be realistic about the goals you set, you know. So Louis Peterson says, I started 3 months ago and I'm 44, better late than never. That's right. That's right. So Louis, you're a bloody beginner. Awesome. Yokoman is 42 and started a few months ago. Guys, it's interesting, guys. So I'm 43 years old, and this is just it's quite funny that you guys are same age, because here's one of the reasons my YouTube channel is not growing as fast as it could with the videos and with the content I'm uploading. It's because I'm not hitting the teens so hard. So there's almost no teenagers viewing my contest. But starts with the age of 25, and then the most people watching me are around 30, mid-30, mid-40. Which makes perfectly sense because I'm not promoting any trends or hypes, you know. I couldn't even do these posh and super cool edited things like Chris Ramsey and his gang is doing. And the youngsters, they are probably looking for something else out there right now. You know, everybody wants to be the cool kid. This has always been the same, but sooner or later everybody will realize real life is something else than the many things we see on the internet. No, King, I'm not doing a card shuffling marathon. In this format, I'm doing a card magic practice live session. So I invite people to practice card magic with me. And then we're talking about whatever comes up. Or sometimes I even talk about some topics. So this is my, you know, when these YouTube experts, they say you have to know your target group, you know, in order to be successful on YouTube. And as it seems, I got all these men in the midlife crisis. Started with card magic. Sorry, guys, no hard feelings. Yes, younger people like cardistry. Now imagine what some old older magicians have to say about cardistry. No, seriously, there is kind of a generation conflict going down. Because the internet and the new magicians, or the new generation magicians that became famous with it, they are going down with a completely different style, yeah, it's just something new. And of course, cardistry plays a huge role in it, and it's all very fancy, and it's all very down to the effect rather than to the communication aspect, to the performance aspect, the real performance aspect of the art form. And sometimes it feels like a real fight, like a gap there. But I believe this gap will close as this younger or this new generation really aims for the stages, or aims for the parlor acts. And I believe that all of this is just benefiting the art, you know. Yeah, maybe it's for the better that I don't have teenagers here, but I don't think so, you know. I believe this is, as long as the group is diverse, you know. The more diverse a group is, the more experience, the more different viewpoints come at the table, and at the end, everybody benefits. That's what I believe. This is such a beautiful, beautiful shuffle, cut. Joshua asks, how old is my channel? I uploaded my first video 2012. I believe it was Christmas season in November or something, 2012. I actually won a Christmas contest by Miss Meg 822, if you guys know this guy. And this got me into YouTube. But I really started uploading in 2014 and then really building my channel, like with kind of a strategy and making a commitment to the whole thing in 2017. So my channel is actually now growing, really growing, or started to grow since 2017. King Robert says, my first teacher told me not to learn cardistry, makes people feel inferior. Man, are you sure you know what you're talking about? Because cardistry wasn't around when you started with magic. I'm so sorry, man. Just had to be funny again. Yoko, man, that's right. First of all, you don't need to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers in order to make money with YouTube. But in order to grow a channel, you need to upload at least 3 times a week, like to really make it grow, especially for a certain phase at least. And then making money with it is a very different topic. That's a whole area on its own. It comes with branding, with marketing, with selling products, with affiliated links, with sites like Patreon, and it's usually a clever blend of all these things together. That get you somewhere financially using the platform like YouTube. It's really a lot of work, and it's also, as you see right now, or as we experience right now, it's a really tricky thing. It's not as sustainable or stable or safe as you might think it is, you know, because every creator who builds something up here is a completely depends completely on the choices YouTube makes, and you know, before you know it, your channel gets taken down or demonetized or whatever. There's some really horror stories of content creators who build up great channels and then just lost it overnight, more or less. So this is really, you know, for me, right now, something like this gets into grasp, and as with my Patreon site, and I'm trying to build something up here, but I'm really careful with it, because as you see, with even with something like this, with the European Copyright Directive now, in the worst case scenario, that's it for me. You know, what if YouTube now decides, like they want everybody, that they might be doing this, decides that the risk now is too great, and they can't have random folks upload content anymore on their platform, you know? So I'm done then. All the work I did, all the connection we built up here together, the community that is this is shaping here right now, this could be gone overnight, you know? So I just turn on my YouTube, and then YouTube tells me, sorry, OTHMARIUS, but you're out of the game, and there's nothing I can do. So, yeah, it's a little stressy situation. So let me tell you the story. This thing with this copyright directive, this is going on for over a year. Until today, the vast majority of Germans have not even heard about it. There has been a complete media blackout on the whole thing. It only started to become more awareness when YouTube made it public with the hashtag Save Your Internet. And then some YouTubers in Germany, they got behind this because they are fearing, rightfully, for their livelihood. So they started to inform their fan bases. And before you know it, an opposition started forming. And as I said at the beginning of this live stream, last Saturday, 200,000 people all over Germany hit the streets. This opposition also started forming, really, and became some faces. So let me show you some faces that became the faces. Let me show you the faces that became the spearheads of this opposition. Wait a second. Okay, here we go. So, by the way, this is my web browser. This is the Brave browser, guys. This is the browser I've been talking about for a long time now on my channel. You will find a download link in the info cards in the description of this video. I will go into this maybe later in detail, because this got here these two cool things. This little thing, well, I'm so stupid, wait a second. This little thing here shows me that the web browser is right now, blocking 99 plus ads, tracking bots, whatever, malware stuff. And this here, this little thing, is a crypto wallet. And I could now, when I click on it, actually tip this channel, the royalty-free planet, and give them some money. This is pretty awesome. And when you go down here into this whole back end of the wallet, you can see that right now I decided to give 20 basic attention token in the value of $4.25 a month to the content creators I watch. These are all content creators that are also already verified in the system. So at the end of the month, 44% of these 20 BAT will be automatically transferred to Philip DeFranco. So I'm supporting Philip DeFranco by choice and by simply watching his content, or any other content creator. This is an absolutely freaking awesome system. And I believe this could really revolutionize advertisement and the way we contribute and pay for content in the future. This is absolutely attractive. Because this browser comes with an inbuilt ad blocker and blocker of malware and spyware and stuff, all these things don't even get uploaded. So it's a really slick and fast browsing experience. Anyway, back to the actual topic here. Okay, this is the other channel. This is the Royalty Free Planet channel. Shout out to these guys. Absolutely great music. This is what we are listening to here. So this is one of these guys. This guy's called Herr Newstime, Mr. Newstime. I never heard about the guy before. And he's becoming one of the faces of the opposition of this of the copyright directive. And as you can see, there was a lot of stuff going on. I just want to show you this video here of this demonstration on 23rd, last Saturday. Like, there were a lot of people on the streets. And now this is loading. Takes a time to load, probably because I'm streaming. So let me just give you some ideas. So on this demonstration, I was on this demonstration. There were how many people? I believe 10,000 plus people marching the streets, mainly young people. It was pretty awesome. So this Mr. News guy is one of these faces. Then there is this guy. This is a lawyer, and he became kind of famous on YouTube in Germany because he would really in detail explain what the articles of this directive actually mean. And I wanted to show you this video here for a short time, just to give you an impression. So first of all, let's see this here, because the people who pushed this law, they said that all the people who started sending emails to the MEPs, that they were Google bot or bots, and then the people started screaming on the streets, "We are no bots, we are no bots." This was actually really funny, and I just want to show you these bots here, but this is not loading now. I'm so sorry, but it's a live stream, you know. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll get back to this later. And then the most important player, or the most important face of the opposition, is this young woman here called Julia Reda. And she is an MEP, a member of European Parliament, from the Pirate Party. And she did an incredible job to make this whole thing public, and also to bring some transparency into the whole thing. And on her side, you will find in many different languages, as you can see, the whole story, all explained, what it's all about. It's a really great job. So these are just 3 faces here I wanted to show you that became kind of the spearheads of the opposition. And yes, these folks, and of course other people, managed to bring about 200,000 people on the streets last Saturday. And nonetheless, the copyright directive went through just today. And it was an ugly shit show, I just can tell you, because yeah, the people who pushed this law, this directive, they keep you know, telling lies about it, and the whole mainstream media narrative kept following them. Pretty frustrating altogether. Anyways, YouTube's take on the whole thing, this is their statement. They say the final version of the EU copyright directive is an improvement. I believe so, just because upload filters are not directly mentioned anymore, but they still seem to be necessary in order to accomplish what Article 13 says. I believe that's the situation. We remain concerned. Article 13 could still have unintended consequences that may harm Europe's creative and digital economy. We urge EU member states to keep these concerns in mind as they move to implement the new rules. So I believe the situation right now is that if this law actually then really passes, somewhere around April, there's one final vote where the governments of the EU countries, I don't know, have to make a final decision or something. Then probably YouTube will deal with it in a way of just taking a very close eye, keeping a very close eye on how the European countries implement it, and then will make a decision how to deal with it country-wise, probably. But by the way, this is not only affecting YouTube. This is relevant for all platforms that work with user-generated content. So with this new copyright directive, every platform is now immediately liable for any copyright violation on their platform. So they basically will have to filter any upload before it shows on their site. And if that is even possible technically, which experts say it isn't, and I believe that too. I mean, we know as YouTubers how shitty the content ID system works. So platforms like YouTube will really calculate the risk of getting sued over by big labels and big media companies before they allow anybody to upload content. Probably that's where we're heading. And then also every platform now in Europe who wants to do something like this, every new idea that might come up, you know, to to use the internet how it's intended to be, you know, with people sharing content, people doing things they are uploading, I don't know, videos, podcasts and stuff, will need to have an upload filter, which funny enough, Google is the only company providing this technique. So basically, the European Parliament, with this copyright directive, now handed or forces or hands to private company, private sector, especially right to Google, the responsibility for filtering any content that gets uploaded in Europe in the future. And that is absolutely insane. I don't know how you, there's no other way to describe this. Yeah. And there's also this Article 11, which is really problematic because that article just describes a situation where the party online that enables links needs to have a license agreement with the content creator of the content that is supposed to be linked, which of course is again only possible for big players, for big publishing houses who are organized in the manner, but a smaller blogger will most likely not be able to be linked anymore in the future with something like this, the way I understood it. So this is the horizontal of the internet that is that's going to be damaged. So it's the vertical uploading stuff is going to be, in the best case scenario, filtered, if allowed at all. And sharing content via links is going to be very problematic in the future as well. So this is basically an attack on the structure, on the core structure of the internet, all for old and traditional publishing houses. It's a crazy story, guys. I'm through with this almost. I just want to show you one more thing about the strategy that the opposition was always deemed to be bots or to be bought by YouTube. And I found this guy, he's called Max Anderson, and he made a pretty strong case in the European Parliament. And I just want you guys to hear this right now, because actually all the people who opposed this legislation have been fighting for regulations on companies like Google for a long time. They are for a free internet. They are for data security and so on. So these are people who are really working for a very long time on keeping the internet open and free and transparent and fair. And these are the people now who have to fight back like mainstream media telling the people that they have been bought by Google. And this guy responds like follows in this speech here. Check this out.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to talk about the ridiculous conspiracy theory advanced by the corporate lobby, that those of us who want a free and open internet are in the payoff or have been fooled or hoodwinked by Google and Facebook. That is just tosh. We have been fighting against the internet giants for years. We have been fighting for data protection. We have been fighting for people's privacy. We have been fighting against their monopolistic tendencies. I would like to hit Google and Facebook where it hurts. I would like them to pay their taxes. I'm fighting for the digital tax. We're fighting for strong e-privacy regulation. We're fighting for them to take editorial responsibility for what they're doing. But this is not the right thing to do. I don't trust Google and Facebook, but I do trust all the experts that are saying that Article 11 and 13 is bad for the internet and should not be a collateral damage.
So back to the music. Let's turn this off here again. So I'm sorry, guys, that I'm a little bit here away from the cards for the moment, but this was just really important to share. For me, it was important to share this with you guys, to know a little bit about what's going on in Europe right now. And this is not a kindergarten. This is really a strong lobby party. These are the old publishing houses who wanted to destroy the internet for long, and they now made a big success in achieving this. This is Europeans, old Europeans, elites and establishment. These are really badass motherfuckers. Trust me on this one. This is really, 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 really not at all a good development in the European Union. It's really scary. It's actually really scary and really troubling. So with this copyright directive now, all the smaller content creators are pretty much fucked. Google is becoming even more powerful with a complete new marketplace of this filter technology to be sold to anybody who wants to do something on the internet in Europe in the future. And if we don't fight this back, and I don't even know how to do this, I hope the protests now in Germany stay up and running and people now keep hitting the streets on a regular basis. The internet is going to turn into a freaking pay service. It's only old publishing houses to deliver the content, music labels and TV companies and movie companies, big industries. They are going to be the only ones delivering the content, and whoever wins the fight now for the best streaming service is going to distribute the content, and everybody else can go fuck themselves. This is the situation. That's what they're working on, and this is really frustrating. So now I'm done with this. I've said it all. Back to cards. I'm so sorry, guys. I just had to do this. It was very important to me. So I lost. Oh no, we're stable here with 12 people practicing cards, listening to my rant here. Let's go back into the chat for a second. Let me see what you guys are saying. Reading your chat, and then I'm going back to the cards here. So, where are we here? Where are we? I watch a French YouTuber. His channel is about astronomy. He is French and explains a lot about the whys and how YouTube works. That's quite interesting, but it's in French. You speak French? Joshua is working on his bottom deal. Can't work on the bottom deal enough. So you guys just didn't bother at all about politics. You're just practicing cards. Ah, that's good. It's good of you. You stay focused. The music is really loud on your end. Is it still too loud, Brian Rapid? Because I don't have it up so much, actually. So, guys. Time for a real deck. By the way, we are live now. We're doing this now for 1 hour exactly. 1 hour. That's nice. Guys, you are awesome. Do you know this? You are awesome, guys. Okay, Leo, Louis, let me go into the false overhand shuffle here a little bit. Let me show you this. So, For any kind of false overhand shuffle, there are many different techniques. The right handling is the right grip is absolutely essential. So the keynotes are that the pack is clipped between thumb and second finger, just like so. It gets a 45 degrees angle. The third and fourth fingers, keep them nice and steady. The third finger is very welcome to support the second finger, and the index rests on top here. Now your left hand receives the cards in this manner, very open and loose, but with the index finger being able here to switch these positions, right? This position, that's the grip. And now the first thing absolutely to tackle is to get the difference between running single cards and shuffling packages. Yeah, so this is package and then the single cards, and this is only a shift of the position of the thumb, because the right hand is doing all the work, right? The right hand is moving upwards and the thumb is contacting here a bunch of cards at the top edge as the right hand moves up, and automatically, of course, some cards will go down. And if you want to shuffle single cards, the thumb now only has to contact here somewhere in the center or at the top edge without, you know, going over the edge, and then you're enabled to pull off or to shuffle off single cards. That's called running cards. And that's the first thing you have to manage, to be able to shift this shuffling. It's not so hard to do, and as you can see, really the right hand is doing most of the work. Keep the left hand pretty much, you know, steady. Control the cards or the amount of cards with your thumb, and have the right hand move up and down. And then the first, I think, in the Royal Road to Card Magic is top to second from bottom. So what you do, you milk the bottom card when you shuffle shuffle the first card. You see that? Just like that. And in that manner, you can bring 4 to 8 cards, easy peasy, so-called second from the bottom. And then you do the same thing in reverse. Milk the bottom card, you shuffle a bunch of cards, and then when you come to the end, you just start running them down, and then you bring the cards back in position. And if you do this in performance speed, this is absolutely convincing. It's even for magicians, it's not to be detected. Somebody who masters the shuffling techniques, and then first the real deal and then the false shuffles, you cannot see it anymore. So, be in this position. Now I got them at the bottom already, but then it would look something like this. Right? Now I got them on the top. Now I shuffle them back. Now I hope I didn't lose them. Shuffle them back. Just like that. And there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? And that's the first thing. If you get this down, and it's not so hard to do. Of course, it takes some time of practice to really get it smooth. Boom, there you go. Now you wanna control a bottom stalk. There's different ways to do this. I believe the second technique in the Royal Road to Card Magic is that you would catch an in-jog, and then you just would throw the bottom half back on top of there. Yeah. Works perfectly with a little bit of misdirection. Now I believe I lost a card. Yeah, I lost an ace. It's at the bottom now. With a little bit of misdirection, this works also perfectly. And then, of course, you can do with the same technique, in-jog, look something like this, and see how important the pinky is here, because you keep the card under control. You shuffle the rest on top of there, and now you can catch with the in-jog, you can catch the break like there, and then you just shuffle the top portion up, and boom, you got your top stalk controlled again. Really, really important, really, really powerful. And of course, you can always do this with milking the bottom card. So you can keep a top stalk and a bottom card under control with a simple overhand shuffle. Now add a simple false cut to it, boom, and there you go. Yeah, it's very powerful. It's the very basics of card control. It's the very beginning of the Royal Road to Card Magic, I believe. It's in the first chapter, the overhand shuffle. Erdnase really points out that this grip is absolutely key and essential. This is how it looks, at least in my hands. So I'm unable to I have the pinky resting pretty much at the edge here, something like this, so that when you go for an in jog, you end up in this position. See that? Keep it there. Now when I come to lift it up, I just go with the pinky out of the way, and then I can just catch the break here. Yeah. Also love using the Hindu shuffle for controlling the cards. Doesn't matter if they fall. Yeah. So you have look at this. You do this like this, in front of spectators. Bang. You don't have to be fast with it at all. Just like that. Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It gets sloppy. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4 aces on top. Now, if you get familiar with these techniques, really, again, very first of the Royal Road to Card Magic, this is your foundation. This is this is stuff. So I just go, just like I explained before, you know, people are just like shuffling the cards, guys. Look at this, got a mixed stack of cards, you know. Give them one more shuffle, and then you're good to go. And you know, you can already explain what you're doing, and then you do your magic, you know. And you got your top stalk or your bottom stalk controlled. You created this beautiful illusion of a completely mixed stack of cards. You do this casually without putting any attention to it. And that's why it's important to really get this at your fingertips. You do this without getting any attention to it, and then without bringing any attention to it. And it's so convincing there. Now, this is from a layman's perspective. How could this be? How could be the aces on top of the deck? And because you do not bring any attention, there's no question about it. It's just mixed. That's it. That's what you want to have. What you want to create. It is just a mixed deck of cards, and there you go. You know. And then of course you can try to do crazy things. You know, then you can do this. Use some productions. You know, to create the aces. I don't know. You know. Whatever. I like this so much. This the pop-up production. Yeah, it's a lovely one. My favorite false cuts. Shuffling the cuts one more here. Alright, just brought it down there. Doesn't matter. To show you this cut, I just made a tutorial on this one. I'm lazy right now. Don't know what I'm doing. Or you just go for. What the heck is happening? What the heck? Let me try this. Ha ha ha! Oh, the angles. What did I do? Wait a second. Where are the other aces, man? What did I do? Yeah, anyways. So how was this going again? Something like this? Yes. Try to figure out how to make this really shiny. That flashed. Also that, of course. That Joker. This is also very nice. Very nice one. Yeah. Some top changes. Feeling very exhausted today after all this this madness and frustration. Still not losing up after all, but it's okay, I guess. So this was this other thing I wanted to see once again, so I'm just coming like this, righty, right, and what is this? So I'm here and I'm just like this, and then it is like this, oh, and then it's like this, oh, look at this. Nice moves. Come. So the deal is, I'm trying to stay as positive as possible with all the madness going on, and I keep doing my thing as long as possible. I mean, what else can I do, you know? And I just hope that somehow my channel survives this. Yes. My video from a long time ago was very helpful in learning the method from Roy Road to Card Magic. You're referring to the video on the overhand shuffle, right? Did you already see the video on the Hindu shuffle? Because that is totally crazy what I did there. These are my older videos. I was man, my video production, my whole workflow changed so much over the years, and also my editing style and my overall performance here on the platform. Louis Patterson says, thanks for sharing the thing with the copyright rules. I did not know that. The council still have to approve it, right? Yeah, yes, I believe it's the council or the nations. I don't know, the nations council or whatever it is. I don't know. But it's very unlikely that it's not the passing. But if you want to keep up to date, stick to Julia Reda on Twitter, and also consult her website. So This doesn't really work here with this, with the position of my hands on a table. My arm is blocked here at the back. Yeah. So maybe one day we do a practice session standing. I change my setup for a standing session. That would be cool. Sometimes I feel like to add more camera angles. You know, maybe camera, you know, from the side or from the top. But right now I just can't afford buying more camera gear. Just too expensive, you know. Oh, so it's only 9:15. How can this be? Yeah, it can be. Right now it feels for me like that I've been doing this for 3 hours or something. Neurosmith asks, do you have any tips on switching decks? No, not really. The whole decks theme of deck switches, has to do a lot with misdirection. This is dealing with misdirection. I know of performers that basically just in a right time, with the right timing, and really aware about the attention of their onlookers, they just put the one deck in their hand and they pull the other deck out. But if this is something, you know, something like this, Neurosmith, if you're interested in something like this, because a deck switch, there are many different techniques out there. There are gimmicks and props you can use when you do a parlor situation. There are very rough and dirty versions for stand-up guys or table hoppers. There are many ways of doing this. There's literature out there completely focused on this, on a deck switch. Don't go for the thing, for this latest new version, the deck switch nobody has seen, and then you know this false advertising. Aim for an old standard book that just focuses on deck switching. Probably there's at least 3 or 5 out there. As a matter of fact, I know about a really big book. I just saw a review on it on YouTube. Like less than 60 bucks purchase, really a monster, like a really big book. And if this is relevant for what you want to do, or if you have an idea, this is a purchase absolutely well made then, because this really helps you to. Because when you learn more techniques, when you read about different, designs, how to do this, and you really study this, you will find that what is best for you, and then you have to embed this into your own routine or into your own need. What you're going to do. You know, for something like this, this is this is not the deck switch that works for everybody 100% all the time or something. There's not the perfect method. That's only the method that suits you best, and that's what you got to find then. No, I don't mean. Of course, there is this really rough version where you just visually pull out another deck or so because you do something else in between. That's the easiest version, do something with the invisible deck or something, and then the performer does something else. This is what what you very often see from table hoppers or something, or people that entertain I don't know, on weddings or something. So you have an invisible deck, and then they do something with ropes, and then they do another card trick. And of course, then they put the invisible deck back away, or the gaff deck they've worked with, and then they do the rope trick, and they come out with another deck. So is this really a deck switch? No, it's just, you know, a deck switch is more something like this where you need to change the deck and you keep the appearance of the same deck, you know. And I was referring to performance like this. I've seen performance literally having people standing around them and just changing the decks like that, and from the spectator's perspective, it's the same deck because they never guessed, because it has been performed so casually, it has been performed so well timed under cover of so subtle misdirection, and then there is not, and then the routine was designed so that there was never a question about the deck being changed. So, like with the shuffled deck, like with shuffling cards or false shuffling cards and creating the illusion of having a completely mixed deck, if you do it right, there is not a question about it. The option of it being manipulated or something changed or switched or controlled, it is not there in the minds of the spectators at all. That's the point of it. So, cameras are so cruel, aren't they? I just love playing cards. What do you guys think about the idea of a Royal Road to Card Magic walkthrough? A longer journey, you know, a live Royal Road to Card Magic walkthrough. So why do you see, where is this? Is this an angle thing or what is it? There is no mercy when it comes to bottom deals. It is the hardest thing I ever imagined. Yeah, it's a big book, yeah, but why not? Why not? See this? This is the thing. There I am. Okay, if you guys like it, then I keep that in mind. Thank you. Thank you, Colin Grosskamp. Yes, but you know, this is one of these things. This is the cruelty about magic. Pretty good already is not good enough, you know. Although right now I would not worry for a live situation now about this flash here with the hand of the fingers going down there. What would be more troubling for onlookers is this. There's the rhythm is broken. It's if you take a close look, it's the ones. This should supposed to look like this. This is how it's supposed to look like, and look what's happening. Why is there's the snap of the index finger, which I need to get under control, and then there's this time interruption. So it's not fluent, and this is what will give it away for laymen that something shady is going on. Flying Weed just said, I just want to let you know I performed for Total Strangers last weekend and getting more and more comfortable with it. Of course, I screw up on occasion, but managed pretty well in my opinion. Congratulations, mate. That's the big step. This is the big step for everybody. Go out, perform for strangers, and don't freak out. Learn that the world is not going to end if you mess up, and that people are kind, and that they are how you say appreciating the approach, you know. And the more experience you gain and the more successful you are, the more fun the whole thing is going to become, and the more motivation you're going to gain to get to practice, you know. Then you will learn what works for you, and then you will start tackling the crazy stuff, the difficult stuff. But you can say, I need to know this because I want to perform it, because you know you're going to perform it. Great, I'm glad for you. Flying V, congratulations. Now, I wouldn't say that I would be guiding you guys through the royal road to card magic. I would say Hugard and Bruet would guide us all together on the royal road to card magic. Because as you can see, I have to learn myself a lot, and I'm practicing like a wildcat these things here. And I'm making this transparent. I want you to see. I want you to be motivated. I just want to make a difference here at this point where we are meeting to learn this beautiful art form. You know, not getting frustrated over only seeing these products, these end products of these high-profile performers, you know, where you can say, man, how do I ever get there? Never, you know, this is how it feels. And of course, at a certain point, in a certain format, and this is very important, you have to present yourself as a magician, as the one who knows everything, you know, as the gatekeeper of the secrets and stuff. Just for your reputation, but there's no need for that here with what we are doing with this design of my channel. And there comes a time when I will use, for example, here's something like the bottom deal to create some really cool performances, and we'll shoot them also for YouTube. And then there's going to be people tuning in that didn't participate here on this stage on these live practice sessions, and they're just going to be blown away. They just don't know what hit them, you know, and that's really cool. Woohoo! Cat magic! I don't know what this is. Maybe that's an option. No. What is he doing here? So we reached the point of this live stream where I'm starting to focus on the practice, and I just shut up. Isn't that lovely? So I was going for down, 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 down. Hey Maria, schön, dass du zuguckst. Somebody I know in person tuned in. So, the cards are here. You just need to look closely. Again, the cards are here. You just need to look closely. Where are the cards? There. Where are the cards? Nah, the cards are there. Gotta practice this. Ooh. No single. No signal. Oh, I love this so much. This is just freaking awesome. Can't wait to put this to use. This is just so amazing. This is so much fun. Ah. This is absolutely tiring for the thumb. This is always freaking me out. How much the right hand thumb gets involved into this. I don't even know why, but it really starts burning. After the many times I just did it, it's like here. It's really, really burning. So I'm going back to my shitty bottom dealing. Bringing this to speed a little bit. Now, I don't care about really flashing here right now. I'm caring so much more about the muscles, to bring this on speed and bring more power into this motion I'm doing with my second and with my fourth and third fingers, because that is one of the key elements here, and then the rest is fine tuning. Get this flash out of then, and I need to get the flash out of my index finger. That's what I need to get rid of. And right now, I believe that this is just a matter of time, of practice, before, like, to get these more independent. Yeah, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some secret to it. Some nuance I didn't figure out yet. Shadows Magic, everyone, I have bad news. T-Series has beat PewDiePie, and now Article 13. What a bad day. Man, YouTube is going down in 2019. Oh man, the world is going to end, and I didn't even master the bottom deal. Ah, gee. Yeah, it's big corporation time is now. big corporation time. The times of broadcasting yourself is over, motherfuckers. But we had a great time, huh? And we keep it up. We keep it up as long as we can, and man. Doesn't matter if PewDiePie isn't the most subscribed channel anymore. His live achievement is still insane. Insane. 90 million subscribers. And when he just did it with a small team, I don't know, he's been editing his videos for the longest time, right? Himself. Man, insane. That's a media revolution. Actually, guys, I'm telling you, I'm always getting angry when there's people who work in the media, or journalists, or internet people, you know, startup guys and stuff, and when they don't, in Germany, and they don't know PewDiePie. This really annoys me. It's like, are you crazy? How can you be a journalist? How can you be working in media and not knowing about the guy who single-handedly, with just a small team, gained that reach and a channel of 90 million subscribers? It's like, how can you not know about it? It's insane, isn't it? It's like be a skater and not know about Tony Hawk. Like, it doesn't matter when you're born or what else you do in life. When you're a skater and you don't know Tony Hawk, what the heck? Shadows Magic asks if this affects your Article 13. This depends on how. This depends. Are you from the European Union? First of all, if YouTube decides that it is too risky to have people uploading on their site because they can't check if there are copyright violations, and they pull the plug for us content creators in Europe, then it will affect you in the manner that you will not be able to upload anymore, and me as well, or anybody who's from the European Union. And it means that anybody, when you're from the European Union, you will not be able to view your favorite YouTubers from other countries outside of the European Union, except you're using a VPN. So you're from England, so you're leaving. Yeah, well then, you're fucked anyways. No, it will also. I believe it will also affect Great Britain. In that very manner. For example, you couldn't be able to watch OTHMARIUS MAGIC anymore. Wouldn't that be a shame? But yet, let's hope for the best, right? Let's hope for the best. Let's hope it never comes to this. But maybe, guys, you hook me up on Twitter, okay? I'm on Twitter. You find me there at OTHMARIUS. So to be sure that in the worst case scenario, all my videos get blocked and I can't reach you via YouTube, I will let you know on Twitter what's going on. What's the backup plan? If I've managed to come up with a backup plan until then. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, now the music is getting super mellow. Turn it up a little bit. Listening to some mellow music. We're still here on a royalty-free planet. I just hit the bottom, play it all, play all they got. I hit. I'm so curious to see the quality of the stream later on with this new adjustment I made. So I'm giving my hands a little break here, which by the way is also a tip. Now I've been dealing now for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, and I can feel it. So I just now give my hands a little break. I'm gonna show you. No! Why is that happening? Go away. Yeah. Did I address you guys with this at the very beginning? Huh? Like, that's the European Union. And it's all going to shit now. We're all doomed. And all the sheeple, they don't know anything about it. Because they follow the mainstream media. The dominant narrative. So let me show you this. This is the Brave browser, guys. You will find a download link of the Brave browser in the description of this live stream. Give it a try. It is super awesome. It is super slick. It blocks ads. It blocks malware, spyware, tracking bots, and whatever those things are called. And if you use the download link in the description box of this live stream, and if you test it for 30 days, I will get $5 in a cryptocurrency called Basic Attention Token. And this is what you can do with it. You can tip your favorite content creators. And let me try this right now. I hope these are already registered here. No, it's not verified yet. So I'm not going to tip the guys, but if they were verified, I would now go here and I say tip the content creator, and then this thing pops up, and then I could choose 1 bet, 5 bet, or 10 bet. 10 bet would be right now $2. I just click there and I would send them the money immediately. Isn't that insane? Isn't that cool? And also, when I go back here on this little pink triangle, if I look at my reward settings, I can, I decided here, I could change this, I could make more out of this, but I just to get started, I said I want to contribute 20 BAT, that's right now $4.25, to the content creators I'm watching. And these are the content creators I've been watching here that are all already part of the system. And as you can see, Philip DeFranco here will get at the end of the month 44% of the 20 bets I decided to pay a month, automized. So I'm contributing to my favorite creators just by watching them and making this one decision. Isn't that a great system? I love this very much. It is absolutely amazing. And when you go to another site here and you see here this little line, it says 99 plus. It says it is blocking right now. Let me open this. It is blocking right now 99 advertisements and trackers. Isn't that crazy? Now, because all these programs are not uploading when you load the site, because the browser blocks it beforehand. This web browser is pretty fast. Now, it's not as it used to be advertised 8 times as fast as Chrome. That's insane. I wouldn't say it's not even 2 times as fast, but it is a bit faster, and it's a super slick browsing experience. So I highly recommend you guys giving this amazing browser a try. It's really, really cool. By the way, this is my Patreon site. Oh no, this is the back end. Now I showed you. Oh Jesus, I'm such a loser. I have to cut this out. Now, this is my Patreon site. And I have here a very nice introduction video. And also a thank you video, which you get if you decide to become a Patreon of mine. I've got some nice goals defined here, and also I got different tiers that you can choose from. And I don't know why this is not showing the tiers right now. That's sweet. Did they change the site? Well, I don't know. And then I just decided to create director's cut for some of my tutorials, and this is the last tutorial I uploaded on YouTube, and this is a director's cut. This is 2 minutes longer, approximately 2 minutes longer, because I just kept some stuff in there that I recorded, which did not make it in the final cut. So this is a tier which is possible to choose if you decide to become a Patreon of mine. Pretty nice. But I'm not. I don't know. I don't understand now. Why can't I? Why can't you see the tiers? They've changed it. They changed Patreon, and they didn't tell me about it. Where are the tiers? What the why? I have no clue, man. I'm so confused right now. I'm so confused right now. I gotta check this out later. I have no idea what's going on. So General Y says hello. Sorry for getting back too late. Hallo, wie geht's? Gut geht's. Russia is watching too. Very cool. Greetings to Russia. Flying Wee, I'm so sorry. I just showed the back end of Patreon. I didn't want to do this. That was a short glimpse on the back end of Patreon. This is it's like a back end of YouTube. And then it shows me then all my Patreons, and did you guys comment? Did you know, just to have an overview as the guy running the site, basically. But I gotta find this out. What are you saying? No, your comment, this is just shows all the goals. I defined a lot of goals, but I don't see the tiers anymore. I really don't know, man. I gotta figure this out later. Why? Yeah, anyway. Okay. Okay. This didn't change anything. I don't know. Guys, you're awesome. We are doing this now for almost 2 hours. That is crazy. I will be right back at the card table. I don't know, man. I can't find it. I can find why my freaking tears are not showing, but it's not important now. So let's close this and let's start with something else here. Live stream for 2 hours, man. Practicing together for 2 hours, but it's not. I just practiced for 1 hour probably. The other hour I was talking about the copyright directive and all these other crazy things going on. No, I have never been to Russia, and it's a shame. It's a shame. It must be an incredible country. And the Russians I met in Germany and Berlin here, all very fine, very, very fine and nice people. Yeah. Ivan, welcome to the show. We are all card magic nerds here, and this is a live practice jam I'm doing for quite a while now. Are you into cards, into card magic? You guys got pretty much the same thing going on, right? With the government trying to regulate the internet. I've saw it in the news that there were demonstrations because we just have the same situation in Europe and also in Germany. That's why I've got a skull in the back and the European flag and the goats and the cows representing the whole thing. Flying V is practicing the straddle pass. What are the viewers practicing right now? Well, there's just 7 folks around right now. Who's still with me? Who's still practicing cards here? Louis Peterson. Louis, thanks for tuning in. Thanks again for your support on Patreon. See you next Tuesday, hopefully. I hope I can manage to do this. That would be rockin' awesome. But you will get. I will let you know via Patreon, via messages on Patreon. But also, of course, if you hit the notification bell here next to the subscribe button, you should get notified also when I'm going online again. Thank you so much. Have a great day or great night or whatever. Kellen Grosskamp is practicing the double lift. Yeah, still going strong. Very nice. Double lift, really important technique. And by the way, I've got a whole tutorial series on different versions of the double lift. I've got the what was it? The best this version for bloody beginners of the art form, something like this. and then I got a version. Then I'm showing the version that's most used by magicians, something like this. No, not like this, of course. Catching a pinky break and then, you know, going for the double. And then I show a little fancy version, this one here, which you can add this little convincer to it, right? It's a neat playlist. Shows you everything in detail you need to know. Again, you will find all my tutorials, of course, on my channel, YouTube channel page, all organized in playlists. It's out there for you guys, just gotta go there, find what you're looking for. Right now the tutorial series is running on the on my favorite card productions, and after that I will do a tutorial series on table work. So we're going through a table riffle, we're going to some table cuts, and then of course the basic fundamental dealing technique, covering the needs of magicians. And then maybe I show you this version I don't use actually so much because I'm not a table guy, but the version of the invisible turnover pass for table would be something like this, bringing the card to the top. And yeah, of course the ribbon spread, I just do a tutorial on this one, although this is basically self-explanatory, explains itself, you know. It's such a nice flourish. I love it so much. And with this little thing, or with this little baby here, isn't it? I love it so much. It's so cool. Bang! Come on, come to papi. Yeah, Ivan, if you know very little, that's not a problem. Everybody starts somewhere, you know, at some point. If you're interested, welcome you I'd love to welcome you as a new subscriber to my channel. I'm uploading once a week, minimum once a month, tutorials, some other crazy things, and then I'm doing these live stream sessions here, and I already got a lot of tutorials up and running on my channel. As a matter of fact, I've got a tutorial series covering the very basics, how to hold a deck of cards properly, how to spread them cards, how to square them up, all in a manner so that you from the very beginning get on right track with the proper handling. And then there's a tutorial series covering the basics of card control. This is a very basic technique. For example, when you have a spectator select a card, we got the 7 of diamonds here, and then you would be able to, while casually cutting the cards and cutting them to the pack, controlling the card to the top of the deck, for example. It's very explained in detail in this tutorial series, and I got a tutorial series on all the fancy flourishes like the spring or the dribble, which is something that looks very beautiful and is very useful for card magic, or also of course tutorials on various fanning technique. That was the classic thumb fan, the backhand fan, the classic fan looks something like this, or even the giant fan. However, for the giant fan you would need the Pharaoh shuffle, but I also got a tutorial for the Pharaoh shuffle up and running. That would be a technique to get the cards into this position. Zack, there you go. Yeah. So you deal with cards for 3 years, so you should already know a great deal. No problem. I just wanted to let you know, since you're tuning in for the first time, you know, that's all available on my channel. Feel free to browse my stuff. Now the music in the background is a little bit too I don't know what it is, to I don't even know where we are here. Why isn't it not Muju? Come on, bring this to an end. It's annoying me. Go away. What did I do now? Here we go. Ah. It's also cinematic stuff, man. Give me something. Yeah, some synthwave. That's much better. Yeah, we're going for some synthwave here now. I feel like this is going to be a 3-hour stream or something. Yeah, I like the music much better. I'm sorry, didn't want to hurt you. I'm getting appetite for a cold one right now, but I don't have my fridge loaded. I'm a very irresponsible guy, you know. So probably after this live stream, I gotta hit my corner store. So now after all this crazy day, everything that was going on, now after like, I don't know, practicing cards for the time I practice cards, I feel like I'm coming back to myself, you know. Yeah, time for some ravioli. Time for some color changes, I wonder, right? Last Tuesday we were all practicing color changes like crazy. I believe Chris Ramsey just did a color tutorial on no, not on this one. Wait a minute, like this is one, but that's not the one. That's not the one. I believe Chris Ramsey did a tutorial on this one, like this, like back. That wasn't performed so good. Let me give another try here for this one. So the Joker, and then it goes like pop. Yeah, I'm sorry for the language barrier, Ivan. I do not speak Russian. Because I was born and raised in Western Germany, and we only learned French and in English and Spanish in school. Only the Germans who was raised in Eastern Germany in the DDR learned Russian in school, of course. I actually have a friend who learned Russian in school. Yokoman says, what do you think of bicycle second cards? I bought some and they don't want to be bent as easy as the standard bicycles. Yes, the seconds they sometimes they come out and then they have the cards are bent like this a little bit. And yeah, and this feels shitty. And but that's why they are seconds. But you still can use them for practice, and you maybe can try to bend them back. Give them a little time, you know, treat them with some ruffles and some dribbles, and maybe some riffle shuffles. you know, everything that bends them, and then they should get into a operational mode or something you can work with. And that's how it is with seconds sometimes. But I must say, I have I'm using seconds quite often for practice, and I was always surprised. Sometimes you get a brick of seconds, and and you can't even tell the difference to a standard bicycle deck. So, as a matter of fact, I had bad experience with really fancy and expensive cards, more than with seconds. So, the dribble, the mother of all flourishes. Now I feel my hands getting tired here. Just need to get this right now, finally. Come on. You can do it, OTHMARIUS. Just give it another time. Just give it the time it needs. It comes. It comes to you, OTHMARIUS. Don't despair. I love you. Ask where you're from. I'm from Germany. I'm from the Berlin of Germany. No, I was born in the city of Cologne, and then I moved years ago to the capital of Germany, to Cologne, to Berlin. Kellen Grosskamp is leaving the house, saying, I'm going to see you later, guys. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Colin, thanks so much for tuning in. Today, this is, again, a never-ending story, as it seems. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next time. Be sure more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very soon. This one goes out just for you, Colin. My close-up mat is dirty, 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 dirty. So I want to reach a point here where some random person just tunes in and goes like, what is this idiot doing? He's practicing dealing cards or what? I love, it says, I love the card reveal where you false cut to the center of the deck. I use it a lot. Yes, it's a beautiful one. It's absolutely beautiful one. Are you talking about this beauty, right? Yeah, it's very, very beautiful. Maybe later on I'll watch a movie or something. The other day I just watched this stupid movie. It was so stupid. It was so stupid. What was it? I already forgot it immediately. Oh no, it was not a movie. It was a series on Netflix. Night Flyers or Fire Flyers or Flyer Flyers or something. It's so retarded, man. I can't believe it. And I just kept watching, and it got worse and worse, and I just couldn't stop watching because I was thinking like, man, this can't be so stupid. Wait, do it again. Let's my ass off. I'm doing this with a swivel cut, just like the. Ah, oh, no, I missed it. No, look, no, once again. So bang, bang. There it comes out. But you don't need to learn it if you use it already, because I just got a tutorial up and running on my channel. I'm just doing a tutorial series on my favorite card productions, featuring this one here. Bang. A card comes jumping to the top. A very nice one. Bang. And of course, the hot shot, top shot. I love it so much. Ivan, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night. See you around. Greetings to Russia once again. Keep it going, guys. Thumbs up for Russia. When the hands are getting tired. Time for some other nasty shit here, which I like to use a lot. This is absolutely cool. And I'm doing it like in a manner that you guys don't even see what's happening here right now, right? It's awesome. I love it so much. Absolutely brutal with the camera, but for layman. So eight of diamonds here on the deck of cards, and I'm taking the 8. Now this was very shitty performed. I put it in there, and then I use this fancy double lift I just talked about, and then the 8 of diamonds does not come to the top. No. So I need to use my magical powers, and we're going back to this beautiful thing here. And you see the problem with the B deck where you have no borders? It's already giving it away, but I don't care because the magic is going to happen anyway. And if you change a 5 of spades into an 8 of spades, this is just not right. This just doesn't do the job. So we take the 8 of spades, we place it in the center of the pack as we're supposed to do it, just like that. And guess what's happening? With just a snap of my fingers, the 8 of spades and the 10 of diamonds comes jumping to my hand. That is incredible magic. All right? So, here we go. And then, of course, it's just an illusion because the 8 of spades is actually 7 of diamonds. Right? Yeah, that's how I roll. So I just wanted to try it like this. Bam. Into the 3 of diamonds, right? This is something I'm really not satisfied yet, and this is some angle shitty thing, and I don't know how I really want to do it, but I will figure it out. I love it very much. Yeah, but this is already pretty nice. So I'm just here, and then boom. And you saw me throwing it on top. That is so stupid. And I just have to figure out how to do it. And it's not how I want to have it. It's just not how I want to have it. I want to have it, you know, it's a joker. And then the joker turns into the 10 of clubs, because that is your card. And then I take the 10 of clubs and place it onto the table, and the 10 of clubs changes into the joker again. But of course, this is just an illusion, because it is the 10 of clubs all the time. Yeah, because my deck just is made out of 10s. 10 of clubs. That's all I got in this deck. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Check this out. I shuffle the cards wherever I go, and it's the 10 of clubs. Check this out. 10 of clubs. Again, the 10 of clubs. I shuffle the cards. 10 of clubs. It is crazy. 10 of clubs up until the very last few cards. 10 of clubs. That's all I got in this deck all the time. I fooled you all the time. But if you take a closer look, it's just an illusion. It is all just an illusion. Don't trust your eyes, guys. Magic. So once again, let's try this. And then you just go over the cards and you wave with your hands once again, and you saw me throwing it away. I hate cameras. Just like that, and then you go like, what magic. This deck isn't banned enough. Oh, this is a nice. Still going. Cabalet, you're waking up from a coma. Or what's going on here with you? I like this so much. Come on, don't let me down. Like this, and then boom. Ah. Currently 9 guys viewing. 9 crazy people. Practicing cards here together. That's amazing. You guys are going places, I'm telling you. You're not just watching YouTube videos. You're using YouTube to educate yourselves. And you use the time to practice some incredible skills. So Cabalet wanted to leave already for quite a while now, but he just couldn't stop practicing, and now he's got a blue bicycle deck in his hands. So this looks genuine, doesn't it? Doesn't this look like a real shuffle? Because this one was. But this wasn't. Ah, beautiful. I'm getting really good at this. Now the music is annoying me. This is the first track on the awesome site, the royalty-free planet. I'm just giving these guys a shout out every 20 minutes or something because they are freaking amazing. Freaking hilarious. So great, so many great tunes on their side, and but this one sucks. So go away with this one. So and if anyone is in so gotta get this shit down, and it's also completely failed. This is the thing. This is the thing. I need to master. I need to master. I guess I have to turn this into into one of the bits that goes into my definitely into my morning routine, because I can't believe that I'm having so much trouble with this sucker. But it's such, I need it. And also this one. Let me see where this goes. Here, here, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. You guys don't know what I'm doing right now. It's not supposed to know what I'm doing right now. Just or maybe you do. Or I'm just going like this, and that's better. So I'm going here, and I have to have it like this, there, for this angle. Thank you. One more time. Check it out like this. 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 Thank you. Looks like nothing. Looks just like nothing, does it? Say stop anytime. Right there. Good. This goes away, and then you stopped me right at this card, didn't you? Haha. This is the card. The king of clubs. Placed there. Get my other 3 cards. Doesn't matter which down they are. But they go out first. So I pick them up. And I got a king of clubs at the bottom of the deck, right? So I got the king of clubs at the bottom of the deck. I take the king of clubs from the bottom, place it onto the table. And check this out. I got 3 other cards out of the deck. I got another king of spades, another king of spades, and also another king of spades, right? So I got these 3 king of spades and the king of spades. So I've got, check this out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 king of spades, right? So I've got 1 king of spades, 1 king of spades, 2 of king of spades, 3 king of spades, and 4 king of spades. Check this out. Yeah, but of course, this can't be true, because this is too many king of spades in one deck. So so check this out. I'm going to wave the cards and then return 1 king into 1 ace. That's really nice. And I take the second king of spades, and I wave once again, and I turn it into the 10 of clubs. Leaves me with 2 king of spades. Yeah. 1 king of spades and a second king of spades, and then I just wave with my hand over it, bang, and there comes the king of hearts. Actually, I had only 1 king of spades all the time. Something like this. Just the second color change wasn't so beautiful. Second color change wasn't so beautiful. Let's practice the second color change here with the cameras burning, because I haven't practiced this with the cameras burning. So it looks like back something like this. Check it out. There you go. Need to think about it. I don't like it like this. Need to think about it. I never practice this with a camera. So because when I'm here, I'm going like bang, and this is absolutely obvious, absolutely ridiculous. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong here? Anybody wants to help me out with this shit? This is such a silly move. And I go like right into the table, bang, comes it out. That was very much too slow. That was very obvious. And also I blocked myself with the table. There was a table block. So I'm just rubbing here and I go bong, like this. Placing it back on the deck immediately. Maybe that helps. I don't know. Okay. Some color changes to finish this off. Probably. That's a nice idea. So I'm turning over a card. And then I'm going for one of these beautiful color changes I love so much. Just like that. Bam. Turn a card over again. I'm getting tired, guys. What about you? That was absolutely pathetic. I can do so much better. So, no, that is just not how it's supposed to be. Getting tired here. Just like that. Just again, just a little more speed here to it. You gotta be careful. I feel like I'm turning into the Bob Ross of card magic. Yeah, just little happy accidents, you know. That's what we do. That's all we do, little happy accidents. Just like that, you know. When the red 5 turns into a 2 red diamond. It's just a little happy accident, right? So what we got on top? Snap. The 5 of hearts, of course. Oh my god, I'm super freaking tired. Guys, are we calling it a night? Are we calling it a night? What do you say? Viewer numbers are dropping anyways. I would say we call it a night because I'm super exhausted right now. Ah, it was fantastic. It was such a blast. It was such a fun time with you guys today again. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're rocking awesome. Right now, 6 folks are watching. We got we did this for 2.5 hours, and now it's because we started at 8. Now it's 10:30. You say? It was a crazy day. The European Union voted in favor for ruining the internet for everybody. Absolutely fucking hilarious. And T-Series finally made it past PewDiePie. It's a tough day for YouTube. Tough day for YouTube. But nonetheless, we kept practicing cards. And I promise you guys, I keep doing this as long as I can. Up until the day the lights go out. Okay? Get dramatic music going on. Let's turn the dramatic music up. Also for me in the headphones. No one ever said that life is fair. No one ever said that life is easy. No one ever said that you deserve what you get. Or that you get what you deserve. Many tried and many failed. But we will prevail. We will learn how to amuse and entertain, even in the darkest of hours, because we keep practicing with a positive attitude, with the heart and the mind and the soul and the hands, all focused on the magic. That's true. It's true for me and it's true for you, brothers and sisters. They might shut down the internet. Do we care? We don't, because we are magicians. And we will hit the streets, and we will hit the bars, and we will hit the tables, and we will conquer the stages of the world. My name is OTHMARIUS, and this is just what I do. You be sure now, more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very soon. OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe.